Hello Internet, I'm Dan.
And I'm Chaz. This is Wine is Serious Business episode
137.
Damn, we're getting up there. So
pink wine. Yeah,
start of summer, so we might as well drink some rosé. Got the rose here, got a bunch of pink wine, and yeah, it's pretty much. Do you drink a lot of pink wine?
Very, very rarely. I mean, I'd say probably rosé champagne makes it into the rotation more than rosé still wine.
For sure.
But there's a few I like to try every year. The Matello's been on my list for a while. DuPont's rosé. We really enjoyed the Winterly on the show a while back. So you know, and they're all kind of coming into the market now too. They're all out. So we like to try them in the spring.
Absolutely. And these are three that I haven't had before. So we're going to start off with the Anam Cara. 2011 Pinot Noir Rosé, or Rosé of Pinot Noir, the Nicholas Estate, Chehalem Mountains Rosé. So
yeah, these guys make some good Pinot Noir from that side. I've really enjoyed that. So
we've had their Riesling on the show before, probably 100 episodes ago.
Yeah,
so
geez, it was
a long time
ago. But yeah, their Pinot Noir stood out to me in the back. We gotta get that on the show.
Yeah, for sure. So these are all chilled. Pulled them just out of the fridge, popped them all just to make sure they were good and see what sort of rotation. But besides that, just ice cold. So.
Yeah.
A little more.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Really light nose on this. Like just sort of a little bit of like strawberry and watermelon coming out of it. Very
yeah, I'm getting a little bit like strawberry seeds too, but it's still a little more character definitely than. So we checked them all to see if they were corked, and then it's opened up a little bit even since then.
Absolutely. Yeah, initially it was like just a little like waxy red fruit, kind of like that waxy, like the wax lips that you eat almost, right?
Yeah.
Or like red vines, but it's not so much that now. So.
Yeah, got some nice strawberry.
Yeah.
A little bit of acidity right away, but it's still kind of on the lighter side. It has a nice soft mouthfeel to it. I kind of like that.
Yeah, super easy to drink.
Strawberries coming through for sure.
There's no sort of rough edges on this at all. It's
no.
just like patio pounders we've heard in the past, right? Like this is super easy to drink. That said, you know, pretty straightforward. Just really nice soft red flavors on the palate.
Interesting flavor association here. I'm pretty sure this doesn't see any oak, but I'm getting a little bit of vanilla flavors on there with the strawberries. You know, and the acidity stays on the light side, but it has a nice texture to it, which I appreciate.
And a lot of times these are fermented in stainless steel, right, or just plastic. So I wonder what this is fermented in, but it is super round and gentle.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have any sort of abrasive edge, which is nice.
On the bigger sips, I'm getting some of that watermelon too. Boy, that's crazy. It's been 10 minutes tops, and this has gotten better flavors and rounded out a little bit at the same time.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better about it than I did 10 minutes ago.
It's crazy. You know, nothing really knocking my socks off, but just totally pleasant, enjoyable, good flavors, good structure. How do you score that? That's a tough one. I'm going to make it. It's going to take it to 86 points for me. So I guess that's a little bit of insight into what gets me score-wise too, right? Just like right across the board, pleasant, great welcome wine, great something to sip on while you're chilling out on the deck, like busy with other stuff. Yeah.
For me, 84 points. It's totally pleasant, but that's about it. I mean, it's just easy to drink, nice wine, but nothing jumping out at me honestly about it. But you know,
sub 20.
Yeah, I want to say $15.
Sure.
All right. So
that
at
works.
that price point,
works.
especially like this is something that you drink. You're dehydrated as shit. You just mowed the lawn. You're out on the deck.
There you go.
That's the wine you want. The acidity's not going to wreck you. Drink your wine.
Palate cleanser.
I've been out disc golfing all day today, so this is right up my alley. These rosé wines, right, nice and cold.
I was thinking, yeah, you'd be ready for this.
Yeah, I could have used these while I was disc golfing.
Black bag or what?
Oh, we were drinking the Bandit Pinot Grigio 1 liter box.
Well, and it's acceptable. Would you buy it again?
It was good. I was really surprised.
Wow.
So it had a fair amount of RS in it.
Sure.
Which totally, once it was chilled down, like you get just that bit of green fruit, and then the RS like totally made it really palatable, right? Totally easy to drink.
Candy wine.
Well, that's a lot. All right. So second wine is the Matello Willamette Valley Rosé Pinot Noir 2011. All of these are 2011.
Well, back 2007, his Pinot Noir knocked my socks off. And I bought that was one exception.
Pinot Noir.
Sorry, the Pinot Noir rosé.
Yeah.
That one exception where I was drinking rosé for a little longer than the early summer window. And you know, year to year it varies, but I'm always excited to check it out.
This is my first experience with his. I've seen it talked about before with multiple friends, and my first time with it. So
Yeah, you got a tiny bit of bubble action going on.
yeah, there's a little bit of fizz coming out of it. Let's get more towards like a little bit of like oranges and grapefruit. Got some sort of citrus coming out of it. It smells really nice. It's not orange juice. It's just like something fresh flows. Yeah.
Kind of like fresh pears, like fresh cut pears.
Yeah.
Definitely not overly ripe. These are all like really crisp, clean fruits.
Very. Yeah, it's got a really nice nose to it.
Nice.
That's good.
Man, good texture all the way across the palate. We're going to go with one of the cliche descriptors for rosé here, but really nice watermelon flavors hitting in the center of the palate, washing all the way across. Man, I like the way the acidity settles in too. I'm kind of getting more lemons than limes kind of late, but it waters the mouth a little bit.
There's something in there that's like it's like in between the sort of like red and watermelon, and then like kiwi or something going on. It's like, you know, that it's like a, you can talk about citric acid, right? Like that comes from like citrus fruits. But there's like something else there. It's like, I don't know.
A touch of richness maybe, or not?
No. It's like reminiscent of what you would get out of eating like a lime or something.
All right.
But it's like more melony.
Sure.
Yes, or something.
Kiwi's good, right? Because that does have a little bit of that acidity.
Yeah, it's delicious. Killer stuff.
Yeah,
really
like
good.
Those watermelon flavors and the way the acidity dries your mouth out makes you reach for another sip. Man, and again, it's been 10, maybe 15 minutes now. This has opened up, become more complex. The acidity is really enjoyable.
Well, it's not ice cold anymore, too. These have been out of the fridge like 15 minutes, 20 minutes at this point, so they're still cold. They're probably still in the, what, 40 degree, 50 degree range, less than 50 degree range.
Yeah.
Man, that's delicious. 88 points. 88 plus.
Yeah, clean.
That is really good.
And the way that the watermelon is just kind of like refreshing and you know, clean.
That's delicious.
Contrasting with the acidity, man, those two play really well together. So, 2011, that's some sweet rosé. I'm gonna go 88 even on it, and also it's probably 17 or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in the same price range.
Yeah.
Like I mean, very straightforward, but man, just the flavors it provides are so good, and the acidity is just literally like smacking your lips here. It's awesome.
And where I think of this more as a welcome wine, the acidity on that, like you could pair this with a salad so easily, something like Dungeness crab and grapefruit or something like that, or like
killer.
Yeah, this could be really good with the first course.
All right. So our last one. This is the Kramer Vineyards Rosé of Carmine. So we're stepping outside of our Pinot Noir. Oh, that's something.
Go for it. That's fine.
Rinse? All right. Sorry, Dan.
I've done it to you how many times?
That's my bad.
Yeah.
So they call this the Little Red. I know that they call their Carmine their red wine, the Big Red, right?
Oh, all right. Which makes sense, right? It's a big old grape. I didn't know anything about it until I tried it from Kramer, but it's just big, strong red wine. And I think it's really cool they make rosé.
I don't know anybody else that does Carmine in the area, right? I mean,
I've never seen it by anyone else anywhere ever.
Yeah. So, any of our viewers, do you know anybody else that does Carmine? If so, let us know. Maybe we'll do a Carmine tasting at some point. But
I'm glad we were able to work this in because we both had pretty decent experiences with this in the past, and nice to taste it.
Yeah, so I got to bottle these wines actually at their facility. That's where I got this bottle.
Nice.
I got sent home with some stuff, and was sort of tasting through all their things while they had there. And I was just like, man, this rosé Carmine's pretty killer. So cheers. Color, by the way, is just like a deep ruby.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a beautiful color. Massive nose compared to the rest of them.
Yeah. Strawberries, I think it's like grapes, and even kind of like a little bit of grape candy. And I don't mean that in like overly sugary way, but kind of like where you're talking about red vines, where there's a little bit of that.
There is a little bit of that.
Yeah, kind of like smoothies, like grape skills maybe or something like that, just a touch of it.
I like cherry. I get a little bit of cherry juice too, like the cherries that you put on top of sundaes, right? Just a hint of that.
Oh yeah.
Cool stuff.
Big. Really nice grapefruit flavors on this. And you were talking about the cherries. I think like some nice dark cherries in there too.
Fresh cherries, yeah.
You told blind, you could like in black glass or whatever. You could tell me this was a straight up red wine. I would never second guess that. No way. It'd be like like a lighter, more acidic red wine.
But what if it was chilled? You would know, right? Like I don't know if I
probably
This chill definitely imparts like some of the characteristics that make this a lot of fun, right? Like the flavors like grapefruit and fresh red fruit sort of on the palate, right? But I don't know how this would do warm. The acidity is good and strong.
I don't know either.
And it's calmed down by the how cold it is, right? So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it would do warm, but also I have no interest in warming it up. I think this is right on where it's at. It's really nice.
So Dan was talking about the grapefruit flavors, getting just like a hint of like when you eat strawberries, and sometimes you get like the leaves and the green stem in there as well. There's like a hint of like greenness, like lemongrass or something going on in there that's really interesting. And a lot of intensity. It hangs out for a long finish, which is surprising. Like
it does.
You've got a lot of that like red fruit characteristic hanging out on the tongue. Nice. Like
it dries nicely.
Yeah. It's a really nice rosé. So, and another one that's pretty cheap, right? You're talking like $13 or $14, I think, for this. So, decent distribution. What does it say? Oh, 55 cases. So fairly small, but tiny. But it gets around town. So
yeah, and again, right? If you're in Portland and watching this, anything that's made locally, right? Your choice of retailers can make a phone call, have it for you within like a week or two.
Yeah, good point.
So if any of this stuff catches your attention, just call your local wine shop. They'll set you up. So
I like this wine quite a bit. Like the intensity really matches to what I like, and I like how much the fruit hangs on the palate. It's delicious fruit. 89 points for me.
And I'm gonna make it 88. I'm gonna little step back for me. A little bit of that candy flavor takes a little excitement away for me, but the flavors are still really enjoyable. Again, this is a bigger one. You can definitely pair it with things, or if you got guests, or if you yourself have trouble with Pinot Noir based stuff being a little too light, or if you got some cab drinkers,
there you go.
This would be a great rosé to start things out with, and and a great price too. So
that's our show.
Yeah, some cool wines. Question of the day: Chaz was disc golfing all day today. If you disc golf, right, so we're probably cutting out like 75% of our audience, but I know some of you watching that disc. If you disc golf, what is your favorite course to play at?
In Portland, that's a good one.
Not even in Portland. I don't care. If you live in China and you're watching this and you love to disc golf, let me know where the best disc golf course in China is.
And if you're in Portland and you're wondering about disc golf, you need to check out Pier Park, for one, in North Portland, and then Horning's Hideout out in North Plains.
We'll run the show out a little bit more. So, and I don't play, because when I first met Chaz, we would get into these hobbies, this crew we'd hang out with, we'd get into these hobbies, do it hard for 3 months and quit. And I was kind of burnt out on a number of different card games, number of different other things, like, oh, disc golf. I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy a bunch of equipment for something that I'm going to leave in my garage for the rest of my life. It's 5 years later or something like that. These guys are still playing 2 weekends a month at least. So,
it's just nice to be outside.
So I missed that boat. I don't play, but I'm still curious to hear what you like. So,
me too.
Thanks for watching.
See you guys next time.